Hello, new here? Watch parts 1 and 2 here. Also, massive spoiler warning. You've been warned. Here we go. 2010s. Another decade has passed. Get posting gifs and pics on your Tumblr blogs and make some fanfics about Super Hulock. And now, a dramatic reading of Super Hulock.
This better be good, cheekbones. You made me get on the friggin' plane.
I think this case will satisfy you, Deed. Have you heard of the Weeping Angels?
Nope, never, but we might know someone who has. Hello, I'm the Doctor.
As David Tennant leaves, so does the crew of Russell T Davies, except Murray. And they hand it over to Stephen Moffat, who has quite a challenge ahead of him, with a new Doctor and the 50th anniversary of the show. Matt Smith's Doctor is very charismatic, silly,
fish fingers, and custard.
and wears bow ties.
Yeah, it's cool. Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool.
It's cooler.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Bow ties are cool.
We say hello to Karen Gillan as a new companion, Amy Pond, in the first episode on the 3rd of April 2010, the 11th hour. And we get this super cool, weird trailer. With a new Doctor comes a new title sequence and theme tune. The new Doctor crashes into young Amy's garden, and a prisoner Zero has escaped through the crack in her wall. The Doctor promises to come back, but returns 12 years later, where she's now an adult.
I'm Amelia, and you're late. 12 years and 4 psychiatrists.
Oh.
I kept biting them.
With her boyfriend, Rory Williams.
Friend.
Boyfriend.
Kind of. Boyfriend.
Amy.
They end up finding the prisoner, and who is also Olivia Colman, who ends up being a snake. Prisoner Zero gives a sinister warning.
Silence, Doctor. Silence will fall.
They stop the Earth from being incinerated by a giant eyeball.
Hello. I'm the Doctor. Basically, run.
As he tests out the new TARDIS,
Oh, you sexy thing.
he comes back to get Amy 2 years later,
Oops.
Yeah.
the day before her wedding. And off they go. The Doctor takes Amy to Starship UK, and Amy ends up saving the last of the star whales. Aww. And then after this, they head off to wartime England and meet up with Winston Churchill, who has his own Dalek.
Would you care for some tea?
The Doctor's not happy about it,
You do not require tea.
and finds out there's a bigger plan to destroy Earth as the Daleks upgrade themselves to be big, colourful and chunky.
She is very gorgeous to me.
But the Doctor stops their plan and they end up escaping. But that crack from episode 1 is still appearing quite a lot. And guess who's back?
Hello, sweetie.
River Song and
The Weeping Angels.
she joins Amy and the Doctor to help out militarised clerics in the future as a starship has crashed into the planet Alpha Metraxis. They have a clip on a loop of the angel till they suddenly find out.
That which holds the image of an angel becomes itself an angel.
And now suddenly Amy has something in her eye. It's an angel. As the gang explore this maze of the dead, trying to find this lone angel, they soon realise it's a trap, and they are surrounded by dormant weeping angels that are waking up. And we get this really cool cliffhanger.
There's one thing you never ever put in a trap.
And what would that be, sir?
Me.
The gang escape through the ship, but end up finding the crack from Amy's bedroom wall.
It's like the crack from my bedroom wall when I was a little girl.
And it's gobbling up people and erasing them from history.
Bloody lovely.
Amy then finds out she's becoming a weeping angel as is in her mind.
Leave me alone.
She has to keep her eyes closed to stop it. The gang escape through the crashed ship as the angels end up falling into the crack and sealing it.
Night.
For now, we find out River is in space jail.
I might have done enough to earn a pardon this time.
Octavian said you killed a man.
Yes, I did.
And she leaves, not without hinting to their next meeting.
You'll see me again quite soon, when the Pandorica opens.
Amy then tries it on with the Doctor and tells him about getting married. Pretty dodgy. So in the next episode, naturally, the Doctor surprises Rory at his stag do.
She tried to kiss me. Tell you what, though, you're a lucky man. She's a great kisser.
You need to leave!
And takes Amy and Rory to Venice in 1580
Casanova. That reminds me. 1580. I owe him a chicken.
and stops fishy vampires who want to drown the planet. They end up stopping it, and Amy asks Rory to stay on board.
I want you to stay.
Next up, the team come face to face with the Dream Lord as they try to determine which is reality or just a dream. They find out both were dreams caused by some psychic pollen that fell into the TARDIS. Oh, and Amy and Rory are pretty much made up and happy. The Homo Reptilia Silurians are back, but in 2020, and they want the Earth back. As they try to start an uprising, it doesn't go well, especially on the human side. The gang managed to freeze them back into another hibernation. But look, the crack is here, and the Doctor grabs something from it, and suddenly Rory is shot. The Doctor drags Amy back into the TARDIS, leaving his body to be eaten up by the crack. And now, Amy forgets who Rory ever was.
What were you saying?
And what did the Doctor get from the crack? I hope you bought tissues for this.
We need to talk to Vincent van Gogh.
An alien appears in a Van Gogh painting in present day, so they go and visit him and find out only Vincent can see this alien, that in the end it was blind and alone. Vincent sympathizes with its pain after accidentally fatally wounding it. The Doctor and Amy bring Vincent to present day Earth and shows just how loved he really is.
To me, Van Gogh is the finest painter in the world. Certainly the most popular great painter of all time, but also one of the greatest men who ever lived.
They drop him back after this emotional scene. Amy with great hope, thinking there'll be plenty of new paintings in the future. They return, but this isn't the case, and he dedicates his sunflower painting to Amy.
If we had got married, our kids would have had very, very red hair.
The end. James Corden jump scare.
I love you.
The Doctor becomes a lodger and saves the day. That's all you need to know about the episode. Vincent has painted this picture of the TARDIS, which everyone had on their walls back in the day. And it's not very good news. Now, the Pandorica opens in 102 AD in Stonehenge as they meet River Song again.
Hello, sweetie.
They find a box underneath Stonehenge which will imprison the most dangerous creature in the universe. Suddenly, loads of spaceships fly around and it's all the Doctor's enemies. Our Doctor gives them a little speech that even Ryan Gosling loves.
Just remember who's standing in your way. Remember, every black day I ever stopped you.
I'm not joking.
He had a microphone and he was literally ruling the universe, just telling all these spaceships how it was going to be.
You just hold on for 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Sublime!
River goes to grab the TARDIS, but it messes up and takes her to Amy's house where it's been ransacked. And back in Roman times, Rory is a Roman.
I'm not trying to be rude, but you died.
And Amy's having trouble remembering him. Then we find out it's all been a trap for the Doctor. Rory is an Auton duplicate taken from her memories, and all the monsters have teamed up to chuck the Doctor into the Pandorica.
Listen to me!
Amy starts to remember Rory, but he can't fight his Auton instincts and shoots her. Then River is stuck in an exploding TARDIS.
I'm sorry, my love.
To be continued. For the final episode, the universe has ended, but the Earth is fine, just about. And we see young Amy who gets a leaflet to go to the History Museum. And things are a bit weird. She touches the Pandorica and suddenly...
Okay, kid. This is where it gets complicated.
Back in 102 AD, Rory is holding dead Amy till suddenly the Doctor appears out of nowhere
Listen, she's not dead.
and gives him a sonic screwdriver and politely reminds him to put it in Amy's pocket when done.
Good luck. What do you mean?
He opens the Pandorica with a sonic and the Doctor is confused,
How did you do that?
but he finds out that was a future version of himself.
I've got a future, that's nice.
The Doctor has a plan. Not before this.
Your girlfriend isn't more important than the whole universe. She is to me!
He will put Amy in the Pandorica, which will then bring her back to life with the light inside of it. She just needs a DNA touch from her in the future. Rory stays to guard the box, whilst the Doctor uses River's vortex manipulator to head off to the future. Lots of timey-wimey things happen. And we are reunited with everyone again, but as the universe is dying, young Amy disappears, and then they go find out the sun is the TARDIS blowing up, and River Song is stuck in the middle of it.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
And what sort of time do you call this?
After being saved, River Song, with the help of Amy, kills the Doctor's fez.
I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool.
One of the Daleks from the Pandorica Museum exhibit has awoken and is after them, and it even manages to kill the Doctor. But River gets her revenge.
Say it again. One more time.
Not being quite dead, the Doctor puts himself into the Pandorica, ready to reboot the universe with its light. He tells Amy all will be normal when she awakes. The Pandorica is then chucked into the TARDIS, and suddenly he awakes, but he's going through his past and ends up telling a young Amy a story about a madman in a box. He sees the crack in her wall and realizes he must step into it to seal it off. Amy awakens with her life back to normal and she's ready to marry Rory, but she feels she's forgotten something at her wedding. Maybe a story of
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
In the end, the Doctor is fine and dandy and they have a lovely wedding all together. And then River's also there, and she does a bit more teasing for the Doctor for his future.
Who are you?
You're going to find out very soon now, but that's when everything changes.
And the gang are ready for more adventures. After rebooting the universe, it's, you guessed it, Christmas time! And the Doctor is trying to convince a rich old man to save the lives of people on a crashing ship. So the obvious choice is to Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol his way through the adventure, as he convinces him to be kind. Also, Catherine Jenkins is here acting and singing her heart out. Amy and Rory are having a freaky kind of honeymoon.
Clothes. It is just a bit of fun.
Really? Shut up!
The Doctor convinces Sardik to be happy, and they save everyone on the ship.
Christmas.
During this time, the Sarah Jane Adventures finishes its 5-series run with the passing of the amazing Elizabeth Sladen. In her amazing series, the Doctor appeared.
Stop this wedding now!
Twice.
Oh, you've done it again.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
Joe Grant appeared.
Oh, darling!
And so did Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart.
Sarah Jane Smith.
Hello, Sir Alistair. It's been a long time.
Oh, is it?
And Sarah Jane Smith really did prove that life on Earth can be adventure too. We arrive to Series 6, and the gang get mysterious blue invites to America.
And we are in the US of A.
Lake Silencio in Utah.
Howdy.
Doctor!
But she's got a new hat.
But suddenly, the Doctor gets killed by an astronaut in front of everyone, and we meet these creatures called the Silence. Who? After this death, we found out the last invitation was to a younger version of the Doctor, who then takes Amy, Rory and River to America, 1969.
I'm being extremely clever up here, and there's no one to stand around looking impressed. What's the point in having you all?
They are up against the Silence, a race of aliens that when you look away from them, you forget they were ever there. They can also influence the human race into doing their bidding. The gang visits the White House with President Nixon.
I'm going to need a SWAT team ready to mobilise, street level maps covering all of Florida, a pot of coffee, 12 jammy Dodgers and a fez.
And they make a new friend, Canton Delaware III, to help them out. A little girl is scared and needs help.
I'm scared of the spaceman.
So out goes the gang to find her, but they find the astronaut there, but it's the little girl.
Help me!
She escapes eventually though. After this, Amy is having some issues thinking she's pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Huh?
And then shoots the astronaut?
You're alive!
Oh wait, it was all fine.
Turns out I was wrong. I'm not pregnant.
The Silence have invaded Earth without anyone knowing, so our gang managed to capture one and filmed them asking the human race to... The Doctor ends up attaching this little clip to the moon landing so everyone in the world can see it, which leads to their demise on Earth. Ooh.
And one whacking great kick up the backside for the silence.
The Doctor drops off River back in the prison and she gets a cheeky snog in, but it's the first time for the Doctor, but maybe the last for River.
It's the first time for everything.
And the last time.
Knowing the Doctor will die, the gang have some fun adventure times either way.
Only live once.
That little girl starts to regenerate at the end. What's going on? The gang makes some friends with pirates in a sequel to The Smugglers.
Yo ho ho!
Neil Gaiman writes an episode where the TARDIS has become a woman. The Doctor is very pleased about it.
Come on, sexy.
Amy and Rory aren't having as much fun being stuck inside the actual TARDIS ship as it's being overrun by an evil entity called House. The Doctor manages to read out the TARDIS with herself as the ship with an emotional goodbye, or should I say...
Hello, Doctor. It's so very, very nice to meet you. I love you.
Need a reminder it's 2011 in this series? We're now off to future Earth and they're making clones. Not those clones, gloopy skimmed milky ones.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
But wait a minute, Amy is pregnant then?
She's going into labour.
And she was a yogurt clone the whole time? She awakes in a space hospital, about to give birth. The Doctor and Rory are out to find Amy, but Rory gets Husband of the Year for this trick.
Where is my wife?
Would you like me to repeat the question?
They find Amy on a military asteroid called Demon's Run. The Doctor brings together a crew of people. Who, you ask? Strax, a Sontaran nurse.
Did somebody call for a nurse?
Jenny and Vastra, a Victorian maid and her Silurian wife.
We're going to need the swords.
And River Song. Oh, no wait, she can't, she says. And then Doria Moldova, who is a blue man that owns a space bar.
You cannot need me!
They end up taking on Amy's kidnappers, Madame Convarian, an evil eye patch lady who's been popping up through the series. The Doctor and his new team take down Demon's Run, their army of headless monks. A bit too easily though. They find out Amy's baby is being taken to become a weapon against the Doctor. Also, that this child could have the ability to regenerate as it was conceived mid-flight on the TARDIS. They find out it's a trap. Dorium is beheaded by the monks, and the battle is on again. And Amy's baby Melody is... Madame Kavarian has Amy's child, and they have lost the battle. River finally appears and tells the Doctor who she really is.
Tell me who you are.
I am telling you.
The Doctor promises to get Melody back and then disappears, as Amy and Rory slowly find out through a present they got from one of the soldiers who River Song really is.
I'm Melody. I'm your daughter.
Pause for a second. Remember I told you the BBC junked some episodes a while ago? More are getting found or even animated. Here is a list all the way up to today times. Also, Torchwood airs its final series, Miracle Day, so now the show has no more spin-offs on air. It's autumn, and the show got split into two parts, and we go kill Hitler as Amy and Rory's friend Mel hijacks the TARDIS.
Let's kill Hitler.
She's wounded by Hitler and starts to regenerate, and she turns into, you guessed it, River Song.
Who's River Song?
Spoilers.
But she's ready to do what she was made to do.
I was born to kill the Doctor.
She smooches the Doctor and kills him in the process.
I'm dying.
A funny shape-shifting robot with tiny people inside is here to kill River/Melody, and after much convincing from the team, River saves the Doctor by using all of her regeneration abilities, and then the robot lets her live. In the end, the Doctor gifts River the iconic book. After getting a message on the psychic paper, the gang go help a boy called George who is scared of everything. We see some really creepy dolls in this episode. In the end, the Doctor helps George, who is actually an alien, and his family, and they go on their merry way. Amy gets a bit of trauma as they visit a planet where one time stream is faster than the other. They save Amy by grabbing her younger self but leave her older self to die to stop a paradox from happening. Pretty heavy. Time to relax in a nice hotel, but it's all creepy, and each room it has everyone's biggest fear. People of different faiths from all over the universe are kidnapped and they are being fed to a minotaur. And we say hello and goodbye to the best would-have-been companion, Rita.
Amy, with regret, you're fired.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, and Amy and Rory decide maybe it's best to give it some time to stop travelling with the Doctor, as they're gifted a really nice house and a car.
And what's the alternative? Me standing over your grave?
The Doctor leaves, maybe ready to face his fate as they realise that their time is soon up. Another James Corden jump scare.
Oh my God!
But with Cybermen this time, and he's got a kid.
Prefers to be called Stormageddon.
How do you know that? I speak baby.
And we see Madame Corvarian and the Silence kidnap adult River Song as they put her into the spacesuit, ready to kill the Doctor. And now it's finale time. The Doctor meets with the shape-shifting robot, the Tesselector, to send the invitations, and they are asked if there's anything that can be done for the Doctor.
Is there nothing else we can do?
I walk a lonely road,
The Doctor grabs one of those mates from that battle, who is just ahead because of the Headless Monks. And the Doctor is boasting about having all the time in the world, and gives an old friend a ring. The Brigadier! Unfortunately, the Doctor finds out they were too late, as he has passed away.
I'm afraid Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart passed away a few months ago.
It's time.
The Doctor, ready for their death, is about to be shot by River Song on the lake. But suddenly...
What have you done?
Well, I think I just drained my weapon systems.
But this is fixed.
But suddenly, the timeline changes, and we are thrown into a messed up reality where all of time is happening at once. Now, this is annoyingly complicated. Basically, new timeline where the clocks are stuck at 5:02 PM on the 22nd of April 2011. We find our gang again in this universe as it's collapsing due to the Doctor not dying. If the Doctor and River touch, the timeline resumes and the Doctor is killed on the beach. Now everyone's got eye patches. They help remember the Silence when they look away from them. The Silence attack and the eye patches malfunction, and Amy gets her revenge on Madame Corvarian.
The Doctor is very precious to me, you're right. But do you know what else he is? Not here. River Song didn't get it all from you, sweetie. So, you and me, we should get a drink sometime.
Okay.
I'm married.
Fine.
River tries to help the Doctor, but he insists on dying as the fixed point in time. The Doctor and River end up getting married, and he whispers something in her ear. They kiss, and time resumes, and he is killed on the beach. Back in the normal timeline, Amy is chilling in her garden and River appears, fresh from flesh and stone, and reveals what the Doctor told her. And of course he lives!
Of course I'm sure. I'm his wife. Yes, and I'm his mother-in-law.
He told her to...
Look into my eye.
The Tesselector shape-shifting robot took his place.
Actually, thinking about it, a doctor in a doctor's suit.
And the universe thinks the Doctor is dead.
I got too big, Dorian. Too noisy.
But you're still the same.
The Doctor returns Dorian's head, and we find out the question, and a few other things to tease for the future.
Fields of Trenzalore, the fall of the 11th, and the question. Doctor who?
That's a great question. I've been wondering that myself.
And now after 6 series, Doctor Who Confidential is no more. So just imagine what happened behind the scenes at this point. There is a Christmas special. It was okay. The Doctor helps a family at Christmas and they get their dad back from the war. And there's some wooden creatures. But we do get this adorable scene of the Doctor reuniting with the Ponds.
Joining us?
If it's no trouble.
There's a place set for you.
But you didn't know I was coming. Why would you set me a place?
Oh, because we always do. It's Christmas, you moron.
It's March 2012, Jenna Coleman is confirmed as the new companion, and Amy and Rory are set to depart in the first half of Series 7 in the autumn. We kick off the series with Asylum of the Daleks. The Daleks need the Doctor's help, and they bring the gang back together to blow up the Asylum of Crazy Daleks. Also, Rory and Amy got a divorce, and now we meet Oswin.
Hello. Are you real?
Is she going to join the gang? And oh no, she's a Dalek. And she dies as she blows up the planet.
Run, you clever boy. And remember.
Before she dies, she manages to erase the Doctor from every Dalek's memory. And Amy and Rory stay together in the end. Phew. And now...
Dinosaurs! On a spaceship!
And Rory's dad, Brian, is here.
What sort of a man doesn't carry a trowel?
They pick him up and they find dinosaurs. Oh, and Queen Nefertiti and a hunter are here to help. They stop a criminal from taking the Queen, but he kills one of the dinosaurs.
Oh well, that's all ancient history now.
The Doctor kills him naturally, and they all save the ship. And next up, a cowboy adventure.
Tea, but the strong stuff. Leave the bag in.
The Doctor's mercy is put to the test against an alien evil scientist living in this town.
Today, I honour the victims first. His, the Masters, the Daleks, all the people who died because of my mercy.
In the end, this scientist blows himself up, atoning for his wrongs, and the alien gunslinger that's here ends up being the sheriff. The end. Back to Earth now, and we meet the daughter of Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart.
Kate Stewart, Head of Scientific Research at UNIT.
And they wonder why boxes are appearing everywhere on Earth. This gets solved quite easily, and Brian convinces Amy and Rory to stay with the Doctor and have more adventures.
Go save every world you can find. Who else has that chance?
What a dad. A nice picnic in New York City, and our team are chilling out reading a crime novel.
I hate endings.
But soon enough, the novel is telling the story of what is happening in real time.
He said, I just went to get coffees for the Doctor and Amy.
And the Weeping Angels are back. Along with River Song.
You really are the most devious bastard in New York City.
Rory is sent back in time to 1938 New York by a weeping angel. The Doctor and Amy go back to get him and find River there. The angels have created a battery farm out of a hotel to lure victims in there and feed off their time energy.
Finally, some good fucking food.
The angels capture Rory and he dies as an old man in front of the gang.
I'm sorry, Rory. But you just died.
They find out a plan and they escape his fate just in time. And wow, the Statue of Liberty is an angel. How cool.
I always wanted to visit the Statue of Liberty. I guess she got impatient.
So Amy and Rory jump off the building, creating a paradox so the whole adventure never happened.
Together. Or not at all.
What the hell are you doing? Amy! The paradox is working!
And they wake up in a graveyard in present day, and they head back to the TARDIS and they continue the series happily. Wait, Rory, no.
Doctor!
He's sent back in time by a surviving angel, and the Doctor can't get him. It could destroy the universe. The Doctor begs Amy to come back to the TARDIS.
Just come back into the TARDIS. Come along, Pond, please.
But she's ready to say her goodbyes as she's convinced to go join Rory and says,
Agony man! Goodbye!
The Doctor and River Song head back to the TARDIS as she tells the Doctor to not travel alone and also to maybe check the last page in the novel. The Doctor rushes back and finds one last message from Amy Pond to say,
So know that we lived well and were very happy. And above all else, know that we will love you always. This is the story of Amelia Pond. And this is how it ends.
It's now Christmas 2012. The Doctor, after losing the ponds, ends up staying on a cloud in London 1800s near Jenny, Vastra and Strax.
Good evening. I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife.
Look, it's been snowing.
But mystery is afoot as the snow is alive. We bump into Clara, a nanny/barmaid. She manages to convince the Doctor to help out and stop the snow from taking over, which is controlled by the Great Intelligence. Yeah, they controlled those Yetis in the 60s, remember? The Doctor shows off the TARDIS and invites Clara on board, and we finally get our new companion. She's falling over to her death. The Doctor stops the Great Intelligence just about with the help of a dying Clara.
Run, you clever boy. And remember.
We end the episode by going to her grave and he sees the name, Clara Oswin Oswald. The Doctor connects the dots and is ready to find Clara and solve this mystery in present day. And now for the rest of Series 7. And it comes with a new title sequence for some reason. The Doctor is isolating in Cumbria and gets a phone call to the TARDIS from Clara asking about the Wi-Fi and was given this number by a woman in the shop. The Doctor rushes to present-day Earth to find Clara is just a normal girl called Clara, really. The Wi-Fi is taking people and they are determined to stop this. They stop a plane from crashing. The Doctor finds a leaf in Clara's diary. And then they show off their new motorbike.
Did you even hear the word anti-grav?
They end up stopping the Wi-Fi, which is the Great Intelligence, and then they invite Clara on board.
What do you say? Anywhere?
Come back tomorrow. If it was tomorrow, I might say yes.
In the next episode, we start off the episode with the Doctor determined to find out who Clara is and goes through her timeline.
I don't know. I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
He finds out the leaf in her book is the reason her mum and dad met. So now he picks up Clara and she asks to find
something awesome.
And off they go to a space market, and an angry sun god isn't happy, so they try to stop it from feasting. Murray Gold goes off with another banger.
I hope you've got a big appetite. Because I have lived a long old life, and I have seen...
The Doctor's speech isn't enough, so Clara uses her leaf as memories to defeat the god. The end. Now the Ice Warriors return and they nearly start a Cold War. No pun intended. Also, they come out their shell a bit. Ew! Anyway, now the Doctor and Clara go to a creepy house and they find out if ghosts are real. And ghosts aren't real and they're just lonely aliens that want to be together. Moving on, it's a trippy adventure to find Clara in the centre of the TARDIS as it's captured by a salvage team. The Doctor confronts Clara about being impossible and dying over and over again.
What are you, eh? A trick? A trap?
I don't know what you're talking about!
In the end, they reset the whole adventure so the TARDIS had the shields up and wasn't salvaged.
Big friendly button.
Where are we going, Strax?
We are going to the north.
A crazy grandma has a leech who wants to poison 1800s Earth, so the Doctor and Clara and the Paternoster gang, that's their name now, stop this evil plan. Clara gets dropped off at home and the kids that she's babysitting have found pictures of her from the past, so they blackmail her to travel in time with the Doctor. In the next adventure, they go to a space theme park planet and Cybermen have taken over. They're very upgraded. The Doctor plays chess with a cyber version of himself, wins, blows up planet. They drop off the kids and the end. And now, finale time.
What kind of idiot would try and steal a faulty TARDIS?
The name of the Doctor. And what an opening!
Doctor?
Yes? What is it? What do you want?
Sorry, but you're about to make a very big mistake.
I'm Clara Oswald. I'm the impossible girl. I was born to save the Doctor.
So, the Paternoster crew hold a conference call in their dreams and invite Clara and... River Song! They have a message from a crazy dude about the Doctor's grave being found. Suddenly, Jenny is killed. Everyone wakes up and the Paternoster gang are taken by the Whispermen to somewhere called...
Trenzalore.
A According to the Great Intelligence, yep, they're the big baddie of this season, Clara wakes up and tells the Doctor, so they go to find them. We arrive at Trenzalore, the planet where the Doctor is buried inside a TARDIS.
I mean, it actually is the TARDIS, my TARDIS from the future. What else would they bury me in?
It's very bigger on the outside now. And River is here. Oh wait, she's a ghost and she's only visible to Clara. Or is she? They find the Paternoster gang and Jenny is saved. Whew. The Great Intelligence wants to get into the Doctor's tomb, but it needs their name.
Doctor, please!
Say my name.
No, but I did.
They get in and it's the Doctor's time stream, like an open wound.
Have you ever thought about time wanderers and booked
I am personal time tunnel.
The Great Intelligence plan all along is to jump into the Doctor's time stream and change all his victories to defeats. The Doctor, nearly dying, ends up being saved by no other than Clara.
Run, you clever boy. And remember me.
Clara is splintered across the Doctor's timeline, saving him over and over again, and she even ends up influencing the First Doctor to steal the right TARDIS.
Don't steal that one, steal this one. The navigation system's knackered, but you'll have much more fun.
With everything back to normal, but no Clara, the Doctor is ready to jump in and save her. River, thinking the Doctor can't see or hear her, suddenly...
Be sensible! How are you even doing that?
You are always here to me. And I always listen. And I can always see you.
And they share one final kiss.
Nobody else in this room can see you. God knows how that looked.
Huh? The Doctor jumps into his own time stream and saves Clara. The Doctor and Clara reunite, and then we see a Doctor we haven't seen.
What I did without choice.
But not in the name of the Doctor.
John Hurt is the War Doctor? We end Series 7 in May 2013, and it's time. It's big anniversary time. 50 years of the Silly Alien show is here. With announcements of John Hurt and David Tennant as the Doctors for this episode, we are also greeted with the return of Billie Piper. But Matt Smith has confirmed that their time is up in the TARDIS, and the search for the new Doctor is on. August 2013, and the BBC airs a special programme showcasing the new Doctor live on TV. We get our new Doctor.
Peter Capaldi!
Peter Capaldi walks out on stage confirming that they are the 12th incarnation of Doctor Who. It's nearly anniversary time, as we get a little episode on YouTube, a little prequel called Night of the Doctor. That's pretty nice, and Paul McGann is back.
I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expected.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
We see the regeneration of the 8th Doctor to the War Doctor as he chooses to be a warrior in the Time War. Amazing surprise, and even makes Big Finish kinda canon.
Charlie, Carey's Lucy, Tamsin, Molly.
And now, here is the best trailer of Doctor Who.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever.
One impossible day. The day I've been running from all my life. The day of the Doctor.
A little docudrama called An Adventure in Space and Time airs, which tells the real-life story of how Doctor Who came to our screens back in 1963. It stars David Bradley as William Hartnell. It's beautifully done and is a treat for Doctor Who fans, especially that ending. The 50th anniversary, The Day of the Doctor, is going to be aired simultaneously in 94 countries and shown in cinemas in 3D. 23rd of November, 2013. The Doctor and Clara are back, and they are picked up, quite literally, by UNIT.
I don't like being picked up.
Kate is back with her scientific advisor, Osgood. She's a big Doctor fan.
Inhaler!
They have a 3D painting at the National Gallery named No More or Gallifrey Fools. It depicts the day the Doctor blows up Gallifrey, and flashback, the War Doctor is destroying some Daleks and then goes off to a barn ready to blow up Gallifrey with the moment a sentient bomb that he stole from the Time Lords, which takes on the form of...
Bad wolf.
The moment opens a time tunnel and suddenly...
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Back to present day, the 11th Doctor and Clara check out an undergallery and we see a painting of the 10th Doctor with...
Elizabeth I. You knew her then?
Another flashback. Or forward from a certain point of view. The 10th Doctor is trying to find a Zygon and proposes to the Queen.
Will you marry me?
Of course I will.
Ah, gotcha!
You're a Zygon.
Oh! And the horse was a Zygon all along.
And a nice horse.
They escape, but that Zygon has taken on the form of the Queen, and there are two of them. Suddenly, time tunnel and...
For instance, a fez.
Now, 11, Clara and Kate are wondering why paintings have been broken from the inside. And of course, the 11th Doctor grabs a fez.
Someday, you could just walk past a fez.
Never gonna.
And suddenly, you guessed it,
Oh no, not now.
a time tunnel. The 11th Doctor chucks his fez into it and jumps in to be confronted with the Doctor. They have some cheeky banter, compare Sonics...
Compensating? For what?
They chuck the fez back through and it lands with the War Doctor, who comes to join the party with 10 and 11 in England, 1562.
I'm looking for the Doctor. Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Clara and Kate end up heading off to the Black Archive in the Tower of London, where the Doctors get locked up in by supposed Zygon Queen Elizabeth in the past. The Doctors have some alone time, technically. They chat about where they are in their lives. In the present, the Zygons have already invaded and taken the forms of Kate and Osgood. In the Black Archive, Clara escapes the Zygons by using the Vortex Manipulator and going to where the Doctors are.
How did you do that?
Wasn't locked.
Right.
All together now, they find out the Zygons have been using Time Lord technology to put themselves into paintings and then popping out later in the future. Also, Queen Lizzie isn't a Zygon because Human One killed it. And she's of course not forgotten about the wedding.
There are a lot of this in the future.
It does start to happen, yeah.
I will be right back.
37 years later for the Queen, and like 2 years ago for the Doctor, I guess.
My sworn enemy.
What?
Off with his head!
Now our Doctors and Clara find out the Zygons have taken the Black Archive, and Kate and Osgood are there, ready to stop them by blowing up London. The Doctors can't seem to land, so they pop themselves into the Gallifrey painting as they manage to get it delivered to the Black Archive. Time travel in it. They pop out in style.
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
Sorry about the Dalek.
They stop the Zygons and the humans from starting a war by making them forget if they are Zygon or human, creating a peace treaty.
Peace in our time.
The War Doctor, proud of themselves for doing what is right in the future, is ready to use the moment.
I'm ready.
The War Doctor is ready to blow up Gallifrey, but is then greeted by our Doctors, thanks to the moment, and they're ready to do it together. Clara convinces our Doctor that they need to be what they've always been.
Be a doctor.
Now here is where it gets real. A really iconic moment. Doctors are ready to save Gallifrey, and they use that Time Lord painting technology to hide Gallifrey in the painting. They call upon the War Council, ready to enact their plan, but the Council says,
The calculations alone would take hundreds of years.
Lucky for them.
Don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
War Council of Gallifrey, this is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
All our Doctors are on screen saving Gallifrey, but no, wait.
All 12 of them. No, sir. Ah! All 13!
Gallifrey is saved. What a moment. We're back in the gallery in present day. The Doctors debate the title of the painting over some tea.
Either no more or Gallifrey falls.
But the past Doctors realise they'll forget they saved Gallifrey, and they say their farewells. The War Doctor returns to their TARDIS and starts to regenerate, and we see a glimpse of the 9th Doctor. 10 says goodbye after finding out they're heading to Trenzalore one day, and of course they say,
We need a new destination, because I don't want to go.
Clara leaves the doctor with the painting, and we suddenly hear a booming voice.
You know, I really think you might.
The curator greets the 11th Doctor, and it's only bloody Tom Baker.
And in years to come, you might find yourself revisiting a few, but just the old favourites.
And explains the painting is only one title.
Gallifrey falls no more.
Full of hope, our Doctor is ready and knows that Gallifrey is somewhere out there, and we end the 50th anniversary on this beautiful shot.
Oh, that was crazy. I've never actually experienced that sort of atmosphere again before. It's absolutely electric.
So, we've heard the name, the night, the day. Now it's the time of the Doctor. Back to Trenzalore, and the Doctor finds something that truly spooks him. The crack in the wall is back. But why? Gallifrey is on the other side, and the Doctor needs to bring it back by saying their name into the crack. But all the enemies are waiting and ready to invade as the Doctor stays on Trenzalore in a town called Christmas to defend it with his Cyberman head called Handles. The Doctor has some help from a friend called Tasha Lem, who is in charge of a space church, who are in leagues with the Silence.
The Doctor will not speak his name. Silence will fall.
It's like poetry, sort of, they rhyme.
Clara is sent home as the Doctor defends the town. She returns and finds out the Doctor is on their final regeneration, as Time Lords only have 12 lives. In the end, the Daleks take over the space church, and they now remember the Doctor. The Doctor sends Clara back again, for good this time, but not for long. As Tasha Lem comes to get her, she can pilot the TARDIS now apparently, and drops her off to be with the Doctor before he dies. But now he's really, really old. The Doctor is ready to die and faces their fate as the town is invaded.
Got nothing this time.
Iconic moment. Clara begs the Time Lords for new regenerations for the Doctor through the crack. They oblige, and a big explosion regeneration happens, destroying all the enemies around him.
Not from Gallifrey, boys!
Clara returns to the TARDIS and sees the phone is hanging out. She puts it back, and we see the 11th Doctor back to their younger self, having a final fish fingers and custard, and the regeneration starts.
I will always remember when the Doctor was me.
And the Doctor sees a vision of a certain someone.
Raggedy Man. Good night.
We say goodbye to the 11th Doctor, and achoo! Peter Capaldi is here.
Kidneys! I've got new kidneys! I don't like the colour.
Of your kidneys?
Do you happen to know how to fly this thing?
For another Doctor, Stephen Moffat stays on as showrunner, along with Jenna Coleman as Clara Oswald, and we meet the 12th Doctor, who is made of eyebrows, Scottish, and is trying to find out who they really are. We have a Doctor that will not take any rubbish.
Not like that, not like that. Get it right.
But has a heart of gold.
And this is my spoon.
He's also got his own catchphrase.
Clara. Clara. Clara, 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 Clara. 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 Oh, my Clara. 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 Clara.
And now, a new theme tune and an opening title sequence. Falling to a Victorian London out of a T-Rex's mouth they brought with them, we meet the Paternoster gang again, as clockwork droids are back. Clara has trouble accepting this older man as the Doctor.
Why did I choose this face?
But in the end, the Doctor stops these clockwork people just in time, and they get a pretty cool outfit change.
What do you think?
Finally, Clara gets a call, in present day, from the 11th Doctor, just before they regenerated on Trenzalore.
Hey, for me. Help.
You can't see me, can you? You look at me and you can't see me. I don't think that I'm a hugging person now.
I'm not sure you get a vote.
But who is this fancy woman in the garden, though? The team are thrusted to go inside a Dalek and find out why it's gone good.
A good Dalek?
There's no such thing.
In fact, they end up making the Dalek hate all other Daleks.
The Daleks are exterminated!
The Doctor gets roasted again by the Dalek.
I am not a good Dalek. You are a good Dalek.
Then Clara, in the next adventure, asks the Doctor to meet Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, the heroic outlaw who robs from the rich and gives to the poor.
Yeah.
It's made up. There's no such thing.
Which they end up doing.
Robin Hood laughs in the face of all. And do people ever punch you in the face when you do that?
As fiction becomes reality, and have a little goofy adventure with him and save the day from the evil sheriff. During this time at work, Clara has a boyfriend, Danny Pink, a maths teacher. He has a little trauma for being in the army. Their first date doesn't go to plan. So she goes off with the Doctor to find a creature that's good at perfect hiding, and they meet a future relative of Danny called Orson, who's on a ship at the end of the universe. They help him out and go back to the TARDIS, and suddenly the Doctor is knocked out cold, so Clara uses the TARDIS telepathic circuits and lands in a barn. She hides under the bed of a little boy, that boy being a young Doctor on Gallifrey. She freaks them out and then calms them down by saying a first Doctor quote. Pretty cool.
Fear makes companions of us all.
Fear makes companions of all of us.
And after that, Clara makes sure our Doctor can never find out they were there. It's time for a heist. A time heist with a new gang. And hang on, is that Bridgerton Jonathan Bailey? They break into a bank and save a lonely creature and reunite them with their partner. Oh.
Robbing a bank. Robbing a whole bank. Be that for a date.
The Doctor becomes a caretaker at Clara's school in the next episode, and he doesn't like Danny that much.
Stay out of my way. The less you know, the better.
We can forget about this episode. And that woman keeps appearing again. That's the Rani, right? Kill the moon heirs.
The moon's an egg.
On to the next episode. Clara is annoyed about the Doctor not taking any responsibility from the previous episode and agrees on one last adventure.
The last hurrah.
The last hurrah.
A Space Orient Express that goes horrifically wrong. And hey look, Foxes, the singer, is singing Queen. They help stop a mummy from killing people because of an evil AI on the train called Gus.
I'm the Doctor and I will be your victim this evening. Are you my mummy?
They stop the mummy, they escape the evil AI train just about, and then in the end, Clara gets a call from Danny asking if she's done with the Doctor. She lies to him and the Doctor because she's so not done.
He's fine with it.
Seriously?
Let's go.
And they go to Bristol, but the TARDIS gets shrunk with the Doctor inside.
Stop laughing, this is serious.
And Clara takes on the mantle of...
I'm the Doctor.
Don't you dare.
What are you a doctor of?
Of lies.
2D aliens are trying to understand our dimension, and they're eating people and using energy drained from the TARDIS. And with the help of a young graffiti artist named Riggsy, Clara manages to use the creature's power against them and charge the TARDIS back to normal.
You are monsters! That is the role you seem determined to play, so it seems that I must play mine. The man that stops the monsters.
Clara's pretty pleased with herself, the Doctor being impressed but slightly worried.
You were an exceptional doctor, Clara.
Thank you.
Goodness had nothing to do with it.
Next up, planet Earth is saved by trees as Clara and Danny are on a school trip in London. The Doctor arrives and finds out there's a deadly solar flare and these trees are here to help in the end. Danny finds out about Clara still travelling with the Doctor, but then asks her to tell him everything when she's ready. And that woman, who is she? It's finale time, and Clara is ready to tell Danny everything. Danny gets hit by a car on the phone to Clara, and he's dead. Clara, devastated, sees the Doctor and asks them to go visit an active volcano. She takes all the hidden keys of the TARDIS and sends the Doctor to sleep using a special patch. They wake up. Clara threatens the Doctor to save Danny by chucking the keys into the lava.
Do I have your attention? Save him, bring him back.
No.
She chucks them all in, and in the end, that patch didn't work on him, and it was all a dream sequence for her. Devastated, the Doctor feels betrayed.
You let me down!
But...
Do you think I care for you so little that betraying me would make a difference?
And they end up helping Clara to find an afterlife. Using the telepathic circuits, they end up in some sort of mausoleum with skeletons in water, sitting down. And suddenly it's Missy who snogs the Doctor.
Huh?
I am Missy.
Anyway, the Doctor and Clara find out this place is called 3W, which means 3 words.
If you'd rather not hear these words, there's still...
Can you just hurry up, please, or I'll hit you with my shoe? Don't cremate me!
A revelation is revealed that the dead can feel pain. That's light for a family show. We find out Danny is in a place called the Nethersphere, a place where the consciousness of the dead go. Danny's past catches up with him as he is confronted with the reason of his war trauma, an innocent boy that he killed. Suddenly, the skeletons are all Cybermen! And Clara manages to speak to Danny, but wants to make sure it's him. As the Doctor panics, they bump into Missy again, who explains the Nethersphere is Time Lord technology. They run outside panicked, and it's only St. Paul's Cathedral. Iconic shot outside St. Paul's Cathedral again, and Missy reveals to be, you guessed it, not the Rani, no.
Couldn't very well keep calling myself the Master. Now, could I?
And we're at the end of the series. We start the episode with an iconic intro with Clara as she tells the Cyberman that she's the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
And the title sequence looks like this. After her big reveal, Missy reveals that her plan is to turn the dead into Cybermen by then making it rain cyber pollen over the graves of Earth. Unit is back with Kate Stewart and Osgood as they arrest Missy and they induct the Doctor as President of Earth. They go onto a plane and Missy escapes. She kills Osgood, reveals she gave the Doctor's number to Clara,
Best outline in the universe.
and blows up the plane with Kate falling to her death. The Doctor does some cool skydiving straight into the TARDIS. And yay, Danny is back! But as a Cyberman, unfortunately. So with Clara, they meet with the Doctor in a graveyard, and Missy appears in a very, very Mary Poppins-esque way, and she ends up gifting this army of Cybermen to the Doctor.
Why are you doing this?
I need you to know we're not so different.
The Doctor declines and realizes they are actually not a good man, but
I am an idiot with a box and a screwdriver.
he gives Cyber Danny the control, so Danny detonates the Cyberman and sacrifices himself. Missy accepts to be executed by the Doctor, but not before giving the answer to where Gallifrey is.
It's returned to its original location. Didn't you ever think to look?
She's then shot by a Cyberman who ends up being our dear friend, the Brigadier, apparently. Also, he saved Kate, so that was quite cute. In the end, the Doctor goes to find Gallifrey, opens the doors, and nothing is there. He gets a little angry. Clara nearly gets Danny back with a bracelet the Doctor fixed, but then Danny sends through the boy he killed instead, and we say goodbye to Danny Pink. The Doctor and Clara end up lying to each other to make sure they're both happy, and they have one more hug, but
Never trust a hug. It's just a way to hide your face.
they part ways. The Doctor has a snooze and is suddenly woken up by no other than Father Christmas.
What do you want for Christmas?
Huh?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. No, I gave you a dream inside a dream inside a dream. We head off to the North Pole to an Arctic team who are researching these crabs that look like something off Alien.
There's a horror movie called Alien. That's really offensive. No wonder everyone keeps invading you.
The Doctor and Clara find out they lied to each other about Danny and Gallifrey.
I lied so you'd go home to Gallifrey instead of fussing about me.
I never found Gallifrey. I lied.
These crabs are killing off these people by making them dream to death, as Clara gets attacked by one and dreams of a Christmas with Danny, who ends up telling her that
every Christmas is last Christmas.
And he and the Doctor end up saving her. The Doctor and Clara find out with the help of Santa that the whole scenario that they are in with the crew is a dream. They escape with the help of Santa in his sleigh.
Look at me! I'm only a shame!
They all wake up in the real world, but then we find Clara has grown old and the Doctor is too late. They share one last Christmas together.
Every Christmas is last Christmas.
As the Doctor wishes that he maybe arrived a bit earlier.
I should have come back earlier. I wish that I had.
Do you, Doctor? How much do you wish that?
Wakey, wakey!
But wait, that's also a dream. The Doctor ends up finding Clara, who's still young, and offers her all of time and space.
Please. Don't even argue.
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Merry Christmas, Clara Oswald.
And off they go.
No, I feel like we're gonna puke, dude. I can't keep doing this to myself. I can't. Something's gotta change, brother.
2015, Doctor Who returns with Maisie Williams guest starring fresh of Game of Thrones, and this is confirmed to be Jenna Coleman's final series as Clara, as she'll leave at the end. Series 9 differs from the other series, with more two-parters than single-parters. The Doctor discovers that a boy he's trying to rescue on a battlefield is a young Davros.
Tell me the name of the boy who isn't going to die today.
Davros. My name is Davros.
Okay. And abandons him with his screwdriver and disappears in the TARDIS. Clara is summoned by UNIT and finds that Missy is still alive, who then reveals that she has the Doctor's confession dial.
In your terms, a will.
They end up finding the Doctor in Essex, 1138, having a midlife crisis.
He doesn't know we're here, does he?
This random snake dude rocks up and tells them that Davros is dying. They all get taken to a Dalek ship, and the Doctor gets taken to Davros and has a little chinwag about him dying. Missy and Clara soon find out it's not just the ship, but...
Scarrow!
They get captured by the Daleks and taken to the city, but they're suddenly exterminated as the Doctor watches in horror. He's now ready to go back in time to do what he should have done.
Exterminate!
Missy uses Dalek energy to power her and Clara's escape after getting shot, just like she did before.
That's how you did it.
The Doctor nicks Davros' chair for a bit.
So, anyone for Dodgems?
And demands that they return Clara.
Clara Oswald.
I want Clara Oswald.
Missy and Clara go through the sewers filled with decaying Daleks that are still alive. Ugh. They kill one of the normal Daleks before emptying its case to disguise Clara as that Dalek.
Get in.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Hang on. No, listen.
Meanwhile, the Doctor and a dying Davros are talking about the Hybrid, a creature part Time Lord, part Dalek. Davros absolutely plays the Doctor as the Doctor takes pity on him and uses the regeneration energy, but it's a trap, and it goes into every Dalek on Skaro, including the decaying ones in the sewers that rise up and take back the city. Missy finally rocks up, pokes Davros in the eye, and then gets the Doctor to nearly shoot Clara as the Dalek. Clara manages to escape. And Missy takes her leave. The Doctor and Clara get back to the TARDIS, and he's over screwdrivers now.
I'm all about wearable technology.
No.
Or just the Doctor and Clara Oswald in the TARDIS.
The Doctor ends up saving the young Davros, not killing him, and he's making sure that there is mercy.
Always mercy.
In the next episodes, it's a proper time travel adventure with ghosts on an underwater base in the future. The Doctor and Clara find out that these ghosts have something to do with this massive alien called the Fisher King, and the Doctor even breaks the fourth wall to talk to the audience about a bootstrap paradox.
The bootstrap paradox. Google it.
And I can't forget the iconic version of the theme tune played by Peter Capaldi. And R.I.P. to O'Donnell, another could-have-been companion. They manage to get rid of the ghosts and they leave. Now, the Doctor and Clara find a race called the Maya invading a Viking village. They defeat the Maya with the help of the villagers, but at the cost of a girl named Ashilda, played by Maisie Williams. The Doctor is devastated that he's lost again, but he realises where they got their face from.
Not the whole town. Just save someone.
I know where I got this face and I know what it's for. I'm the Doctor, and I save people. And if anyone happens to be listening, and you've got any kind of a problem with that, to hell with you!
Yep, it wasn't a coincidence in the end. Using the Maya technology the Doctor found, he gives it to Ashilda, making her immortal. She also gets a second chip, so she can give it to someone to spend eternity with in the future. Now, in the next episode, the Doctor's by themselves, and he's after an artifact in 1651 England, and bumps into Ashilda, who goes by the name of...
I call myself me.
But now she's pissed for being immortal and wants to travel with the Doctor, but he keeps on saying no. She ends up using the chip for some bloke or something, and there's an alien lion called Leonardo. Anyway, the episode ends on me saying she'll keep an eye out for the people the Doctor leaves behind. Now it's time for Secret Invasion, but done 10 times better if you can remember that Marvel show. Zygons are trying to live in peace among humans, but the cracks are showing. Osgood isn't dead, or is she one of the Zygons? Clara at her flat gets knocked out by some Zygons, and one takes her form called Bonnie.
Hello, Clara. My name's Bonnie.
Kate Stewart is trying her best to find Osgood, who has gone missing, and bumps into angry Zygons in New Mexico. The Doctor finds Osgood, and they head back to the UK via unit plane, but Bonnie as Clara shoots them down. But they end up surviving in Bond style. The opposing Zygons find out there's Osgood boxes in the Black Archive that could end the war and either expose the Zygons living in peace or keep them in their human form forever, or the other boxes destroy the Zygons or blow up London. Whew. Kate Stewart joins them, and the Doctor makes a big speech that fans post at really inconvenient times on Twitter when real life things are going on.
Sit down and talk!
We find out the boxes are empty and it's all a ploy. The Doctor wipes Kate's memories to keep the peace treaty. Bonnie becomes the new Osgood duplicate, making peace with the terms. Clara is of course saved as well. And now there's an episode about Mr. Sandman that's filmed entirely different from any other episode. As the Doctor and Clara try to find out what these Sandmen want, they escape, but not knowing the full truth, as the episode itself ends up being a message created by these Sand people to spread the infection of themselves everywhere, using sleepy dust. And it's Clara's time to face the Raven.
The challenge. Begin.
Rigsy is back and has a tattoo on the back of their neck that's counting down. They trace his movements down to a trap street, a place that houses refugee aliens. In the end, it was me, Ashilda, who had placed this on Rigsy as he apparently killed an alien. Clara gets a bit too doctory and transfers the tattoo to herself, thinking she'll be spared by me. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And the Doctor is furious as they find out it's all just deployed to get the Doctor there.
I'll bring unit, I'll bring the Zygons, give me a minute, I'll bring the Daleks and the Cybermen. You will save Clara, and you will do it now, or I will rain hell on you for the rest of time. The Doctor is no longer here, you are stuck with me. And I will end you and everything you love.
Me has made a deal with an unknown party to have the Doctor transported far away to keep the streets safe. He's then told by Clara to not take revenge, and now the Raven comes for Clara and kills her very dramatically. In the end, Rigsy paints the TARDIS in memorial to Clara, and the Doctor is teleported away.
But I strongly advise you to keep out of my way. You'll find that it's a very small universe when I'm angry with you.
And now it's time for the best episode of the series. Here we are, a castle. The Doctor is teleported into a room and is ready to find out who did this to him and if he had anything to do with Clara's death.
I am the Doctor. I'm coming to find you, and I will never, ever stop.
Going through this castle, they are followed by a creature from his nightmares, the Veil. They escape being killed by them by confessing stuff each time.
I'm actually scared of dying.
Huh? With each confession opening doors and moving walls to the next rooms. The Doctor goes to each room, avoiding the Veil, and grieves over Clara. They jump out of windows.
Because you won't see this coming.
Dig graves. Run around the castle. And drink soup.
Got soup.
And they are also finding clues to get to room 12. The Doctor gets to this room, and inside there's a wall made of a mineral stronger than diamond.
It's platinum. 400 times harder than diamond.
The Doctor, giving up hope, enters their TARDIS mind palace and isn't ready to confess what he knows about the hybrid as the Veil approaches him. He gets some much needed advice from Clara in his mind.
Get up off your ass and win.
As he's ready to find out who did this to him, he punches the wall, determined to get to the other side whilst telling a story about a shepherd's boy, until the Veil reaches him and mortally wounds him.
How many seconds? In eternity.
The Doctor crawls back to the first room and burns his body up as energy to teleport himself in, and now the process repeats. For like over 1 billion years, as the Doctor tells the tale of a bird sharpening its beak on the Diamond Mountain every 100 years. Oh, and Murray Gold. Yup.
Yo! Ah! Nearly 1 billion years.
Ah! The entire mountain is chiseled away. The first second of eternity. The first! You must think that's a hell of a long time. Personally,
I think that's a hell of a... Personally, I think that's a hell of a bird.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
They eventually break the wall and they finally get through the breach and realize they were in their confession dial the entire time and they're actually on Gallifrey. He tells a local boy to let the city know of his return. And then...
The hybrid, destined to conquer Gallifrey and stand in its ruins. It's me.
After this revelation, we're on to the finale. But we're in a diner, with the Doctor playing a song on his guitar to Clara.
Is it a sad song?
Nothing's sad till it's over. Then everything is.
We're now on Gallifrey. The Doctor is pissed off.
And I would rain down upon you so hard that you'd have to be reassembled by fucking air crash investigators.
He banishes President Rassilon.
Get off my planet.
And demands to see a friend. Whilst all of this is going on, this story is being told by the Doctor in a diner to Clara. Using Time Lord technology, he grabs Clara the moment before she dies, but she's frozen between heartbeats and has no pulse. They end up grabbing a neural block, I'll explain what it is later, and they shoot the General. We get to the cloisters and it's pretty spooky down there. As the Doctor and Clara find a way to escape in these cloisters, the Sisterhood of Khan and the Time Lords arrive, and they tell Clara how long he really spent in the confession dial for her.
We think 4.5 billion years.
I was dead and gone. Why? Why would you even do that to yourself?
I had a duty of care.
That's love right there. And they share some private words, but what do they say? And of course, what else did the Doctor do when coming to Gallifrey?
Why, he's stealing a TARDIS and running away. Bye!
Is that a boom mic?
Ah, yeah. Well, whenever you notice something like that, a wizard did it.
I see, all right, yes. But in episode AG4...
Wizard.
Ah, for Glaven out.
They steal the TARDIS and set off far away to the end of the universe where we pick up me.
Hello, me.
The neural block is revealed to remove the memories of the Doctor from Clara, so maybe she can get her pulse back and live. But she's not too pleased about this, so instead they take a gamble and the Doctor ends up forgetting Clara.
I don't think I could ever forget you.
Clara, I don't think you're ever gonna have to.
We're back in the diner, and the Doctor has finished telling this story.
If I met her again, I would absolutely know.
And plays Clara's theme one more time on his guitar.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
As the diner dematerializes around him, revealing his own TARDIS. The Doctor enters his TARDIS, he gets a new screwdriver and has some last words from Clara. Clara has a TARDIS disguised as a diner and her new companion, me, and is ready to go back to Gallifrey.
The long way around.
As our TARDISes travel through time and space. We're gonna miss you, Clara Oswald. Are you missing Doctor... Are you missing Doctor Who spin-offs? No, BBC Three confirmed Patrick Ness will pen a new spin-off called Class, set in the school Clara used to work in, and where Susan also used to go to, Coal Hill School. It follows a bunch of teens fending off aliens. This show is aimed at an older audience, a bit like Torchwood. It only gets one series till it's canned, but hey, I liked it. And now, River Song returns in the Christmas special, and she doesn't recognise the Doctor this time.
River!
How do you know me?
Well, it's a tiny bit complicated. People usually need a flowchart.
She's tasked to remove the diamond from a head of a king who she married, and the Doctor is mistaken for a surgeon.
Tim, this is the surgeon.
Hello.
They spend the whole episode being chaotic.
You're talking about murdering someone.
I'm not. I'm actually murdering someone. He'll never know it was gone.
Yes, he will.
How?
He'll just know.
Well, he's never noticed before.
And the Doctor even gets a go at entering the TARDIS for the first time and becomes River's companion.
It's my go. God! Oh, it's bigger.
Yes.
On the inside. My grasp of the universal constants of physical reality has been changed. Forever.
River's assistant Nardole is here. He pops up again later as a companion. They can't get the diamond out of Greg's head and tries to sell it on a space cruise full of criminals. And after confessing her love for the Doctor in a very beautiful way...
When you love the Doctor, it's like loving the stars themselves. You don't expect a sunset to admire you back.
It clicks for her.
Hello, sweetie.
They crash the cruise liner into the planet Darillium. That's the planet that River told the 10th Doctor where they had their final meeting.
You took me to Darillium to see the Singing Towers. What a night that was.
The cruise crashes into the planet, but they stay safe in the TARDIS. As they arrive a few hours later in the TARDIS, the Doctor gifts a diamond to a worker, tells them to build a restaurant right here, opposite the towers. The Doctor gets a reservation overlooking the Singing Towers of Darillium, and they finally gift the sonic screwdriver to River. They share an emotional time together as the Doctor cries, and she asks how many years a night on Darillium is.
24 years.
I hate you.
No, you don't. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
We get an announcement on the 23rd of April that Pearl Mackie will be playing the new companion, Bill Potts. After a 1 year of no Doctor Who, we get a Christmas special. A kid becomes a superhero because he ate a crazy bone, and we're back in New York where he's an adult and things happen. And Nardole is now 12's new companion, and he tags along and they save the day, and there we go. 2017, and Doctor Who is finally back for Series 10. But Peter Capaldi has announced that this series is his final, along with Stephen Moffat and even Murray Gold as the composer will also step down. And it's confirmed Chris Chibnall will take over from Series 11. We have a whole series left. We start off with the pilot and we meet Bill, who is working at a uni as a dinner lady the Doctor is a lecturer at, along with Nardole, who's there. Bill falls for a girl with a star in her eye.
Trust me, gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be.
Who ends up becoming a space pilot puddle being thing. The Doctor takes on Bill as his student and becomes her personal tutor. He also gets pictures of Bill's mum for her since she mentioned
she died when I was a baby.
Oh.
There's hardly any photographs.
Top tier granddad tutor there. Also, Bill manages to describe the Doctor's run perfectly.
Like a penguin with his ass on fire.
Now, after a very cool TARDIS reveal.
Time and relative dimension in space. TARDIS for short.
It's like a
spaceship.
Kitchen.
What?
The Doctor, Bill and Nardole lead the Heather Puddle on a goose chase through time and space to see how far she will go. In the end, she was following Bill after a promise that she made to her.
Promise you won't go. Promise.
Bill asks her to let her go and be free, and she ends up disappearing into a puddle. Bill has a tear in her eye.
I don't think they're mine.
The Doctor is about to erase Bill's memories, but she pleads the Doctor doesn't do it.
Just imagine how it would feel if someone did this to you.
He doesn't erase her mind and invites her to travel on the TARDIS. But the Doctor is protecting a vault with something hidden in there. Now off to the future where there are robots.
It speaks emoji!
Of course it does.
They've eradicated half a human colony in the future since they weren't smiling enough. But the Doctor and Bill manage to find others and set everything straight by making sure everyone just
smile.
You can't be serious.
Now, the Doctor and Bill go back in time to the frozen Thames, and 12 decks are racist.
Always remember, Bill, passion fights, but reason wins.
They end up freeing an alien creature under the Thames from this racist lord, and they leave all his possessions to orphans. All in a day's work, really. We're back to present day Earth as Bill and her friends are trying to find a uni house, and we find out that Bill is a mixer.
Do I know who this is? Yes, I know who this is.
Yeah, it's Spotify, so it's probably random.
Mix?
You like Little Mix?
Oh, clearly she does. Look, there's a whole playlist here.
Poirot has a wooden mum and he's trying to save her by feeding her people with wood mites. Ew. She ends up sacrificing herself and her son, so now Bill and her housemates lose their uni house and they've got to find a new one in this day and age. And oh no, capitalism has reached space, and it pays to breathe now. They try to help a crew on a space station to stop dead crewmates from killing them, but they find out it's all because greedy corporations. The Doctor loses his sight in the end while saving Bill.
You're blind.
I am?
They end up convincing the AI that keeping them alive would be more profitable. That sounds very Black Mirror-y. He lies to Bill, saying that he can still see, but...
I can't look at anything. Ever again. I'm still blind.
So the Doctor was supposed to stay on Earth this whole time and guard this vault, but why, you ask? We find out the Doctor long ago took a vow to keep guard of a vault containing, drumroll please, Missy! The Doctor is sentenced to execute Missy, but Nardole arrives, fresh from Beryllium from River Song, to tell him that...
Your missus wouldn't approve. Warning, I have full permission to kick your ass.
Back to the matter at hand, though. Bill's date gets interrupted by the Pope.
Chi siete voi due ragazzi? Come mai sono finito qui in questa casa?
As the Doctor is told about an ancient text called the Veritas that he needs to translate that drives people to death in the Vatican. Bill and Nardole find portals in the Vatican to different places and find a disturbing truth. The Doctor finds out this is all a simulation for a species of monks who want to practice invading the Earth. The simulation Doctor manages to send his findings to the real-life Doctor through his sonic glasses. Back to reality, and Missy isn't executed but kept in the vault for 1,000 years under the Doctor's guard. The Doctor calls Bill and tells her to prepare for an invasion. The monks are here with a big pyramid, and they're misdirecting Earth by thinking there will be a military war, when really it's just the hungover Brian from My Parents Are Aliens not doing his job correctly in a lab that nearly causes a biological nightmare. Bill is helping out the leaders of the world by surrendering to the monks, but it's all a trap, as they want the world. So Bill makes them a deal to save Earth by giving the Doctor his sight back so he can stop the biological nightmare from happening.
Bill, what have you done?
I tell you what, old man, you better get my planet back.
They cause havoc, creating a world where they appear to guide humanity. Bill finds the Doctor, but they seem to be working for the monks. So she shoots the Doctor, but it was all just a dramatic ruse to see if they could trust her.
And you were in on this too?
Oh, it was partly his idea.
God, I am gonna beat this shit.
They head back to the uni and talk with Missy, who says the best way to stop the monks is by killing Bill.
Just kill them.
The Doctor is determined to stop the monks by not doing what Missy wants to do, but they fail. So Bill steps in by projecting images of a mum as a force of hope instead of the monks' influences. The monks leave Earth and humanity recalls none of these events. Whilst chilling in the vault, Missy confesses that she has remorse for the ones she has murdered.
I keep remembering all the people I've killed.
Yeah, 360. When you're in the mirror, do you get what you see? When you're in the mirror, you're just looking at me. I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia.
It's that fellow with the giant arms again. And also, there's some ice warriors. Missy and Nardole come in to help the Doctor and co, who express their concerns for the Doctor.
The Doctor, please tell me. Really? Are you alright?
In the next episode, they find out what happens to the 9th Legion or something. When they finish, Missy's waiting in the TARDIS, and the Doctor is hoping they can turn Missy good.
And it's time for us to become friends again.
It's now finale time, and we start off the episode with the Doctor refusing to regenerate? What? Missy has now joined Bill, Nardole and the Doctor on an adventure to a colony ship that is falling into a black hole.
Hello. I'm Doctor Who.
As they determine what's happening, a worker on the ship shoots Bill dead center on her stomach. We see the Doctor and Bill back on Earth as he explains to Bill what Missy means to him.
She's the only person I've ever met who's even remotely like me. She was my man crush.
Oh, and how Time Lords are very chill about gender and all of that.
We're the most civilized civilization in the universe. We're billions of years beyond your petty human obsession with gender and its associated stereotypes.
But you still call yourselves Time Lords.
Yeah, shut up.
Bill then asks the Doctor to promise to try and keep her alive at least on the adventure they are about to have. Bill is killed as suddenly creepy masked people come to take her downstairs of the ship to be repaired. So the Doctor leaves a message in her head to wait for him when she wakes up. Bill wakes up in horror to find she's strapped to an electric unit keeping her alive. She finds a man called Razor who is determined to help her.
Excellent. Positive attitude will help with the horror to come.
As all of this is going on, upstairs the Doctor finds out that time is moving differently because of the black hole, and they are going slowly and Bill is moving faster.
It's all about gravity.
The gang finally make it downstairs, but all too late. Whilst they'd been upstairs, time had moved faster and Razor tricked Bill into the conversion chamber. They arrive and the Doctor and Nardole go find Bill as Missy finds out where this ship is from.
Look at that. This ship is from Mondas.
The Cyberman's first planet? Razor catches up to Missy and wait, I swear we recognise him actually.
Someone's former prime minister.
John Cena's back as the Master as they team up together.
Give us a kiss.
This would have been a greater shock if it wasn't spoiled at the beginning of the series. Bill comes out fully converted and she tells the Doctor that she waited for them as a tear falls down her face.
I waited for you.
One Doctor, two Masters, a Nardole, Bill as a Cyberman, and they try their best to get to the top of the ship as thousands of Cybermen are coming up to upgrade more civilians on different levels. They get to a higher level, which is a simulated farm. Bill has kept her humanity, but she's still a Cyberman.
Do stand aside.
Do as she says. Is the future gonna be all girl? I can only hope.
The Doctor tries to get through to the Master with a very, very nice speech.
Maybe we can help. A little. Why not? Just to the end. Just be kind.
See this face?
That Master wasn't listening the whole entire time. They both decline and leave back to their TARDIS.
Well, no. Sorry.
The Doctor tells Nardole to assist the rest of the survivors to the top of the ship and to take care of them.
Doctor?
Whilst they stay with Bill to fend off the Cybermen. Missy and the Master get back to the lift where she gives him a little hug and a stab.
Now that was really very nicely done.
She's ready to stand with the Doctor and help them.
It's time to stand with the Doctor.
No.
But not for long.
I will never stand with the Doctor.
Yes, my dear, you will.
As the Master shoots Missy in the back with his laser screwdriver, making sure she can't regenerate. Missy is left for dead as the Master laughs back to his TARDIS, ready to regenerate into her. Yes, her. Doctor takes their final stand and defeats the Cybermen with Bill, but gets wounded by one of the Cybermen and then dies, blowing up the whole floor.
I hope there be stars.
Bill crying over the Doctor's body till suddenly Heather returns to turn Bill like her.
You're like me now.
She was a tear in her eye the whole time, and they take the Doctor's body back to the TARDIS as Heather sets it in flight.
I'm the pilot. Can fly anything.
Bill says one last goodbye to the Doctor.
It's a big universe. I hope I see you again. Where there's tears, there's hope.
And she and Heather travel the universe in their puddle forms. Suddenly the Doctor awakens after having a quick little flashback of his besties.
Doctor!
Doctor!
And the regeneration process begins, but they're not too happy and refuse to regenerate. The TARDIS lands in the South Pole, where someone else isn't so keen on regenerating as well.
You may be a doctor, but I am the doctor. The original, you might say.
Now it's time for a really iconic moment. The 16th of July, Doctor Who fans are about to find out who the new Doctor Who is after a Wimbledon match. The clip shows a hooded figure walking through the forest, and they get the TARDIS key out and take their hood off to reveal Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. The first female Doctor Who is finally here. Christmas 2017, and first of all, it's the greatest opening to an episode we've had.
Emotions, love, pride, hate, fear. Have you no emotions, sir?
The first Doctor and the 12th Doctor in the South Pole as they are approached by a displaced World War I British captain as time has completely frozen.
Don't suppose either of you is a doctor.
Huh? You're trying to be funny.
Suddenly, all three of them are abducted by a ship and we're reunited with Bill.
I knew it!
On this ship, Glass people want them to return the captain because he's supposed to die, and they'll let them go. But then they give the Doctor a quick glimpse into their future.
He's the Doctor.
What was that?
To be fair, they cut out all the jokes.
They escape with the captain and Bill, but they lose the TARDIS. But don't worry, the first Doctor has one, of course.
Over to you, Mary Berry. Come on, take off now.
But don't worry, the first Doctor gets those classic sexist jokes they used to do. Ha ha ha.
That ship of his is in dire need of a good spring clean. No, stop. Aren't all ladies made of glass in a way?
When I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
So now they head off to Villengard as the 12th Doctor meets that Dalek from his first series.
I am not a good Dalek. You are a good Dalek.
He wants to get some information on those glass people. We find out they're just harmless, and they extract people before their death and archive their memories.
Oh, it's not an evil plan. I don't really know what to do when it isn't an evil plan.
And we find out Bill is actually one of these people. The Doctor agrees on taking the captain back to their time zone, so time can go accordingly as he's about to die. We get the reveal that he's the father of a certain brigadier.
Archibald Hamish Lethbridge Judd.
But instead of dying...
Is that singing?
The Christmas truce begins. The soldiers play football and drink together and celebrate Christmas. Now the first Doctor has accepted they are ready to regenerate.
I think I'm ready now. Are you?
The first Doctor leaves to regenerate in their own TARDIS. The Doctor on the battlefield takes one last stroll with Bill as she explains that everyone is just memories in the end, and she gives the Doctor one last present.
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Clara.
The memories of Clara return to the Doctor. Glass, Bill and Nardole comfort the Doctor and say one last thank you and a hug.
Thank you both for everything that you were to me.
Then disappear. The Doctor is left on their own, ready to leave the battlefield and change. Iconic regeneration moment. The Doctor begins their regeneration and makes sure the next Doctor is ready to...
Never be cruel, never be cowardly, and never ever eat pears. Run fast.
Be kind.
As the Doctor finally lets go.
I let you go.
Enter the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, who is going to be absolutely...
Brilliant.
The TARDIS goes crazy, blowing everything up again, and the Doctor is chucked out and falls to Earth as the TARDIS dematerializes. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this part. And thank you to these cool Patreons. If you want to join them, the link's in the description below. If you liked it, share it with your friends and people in your life who love Doctor Who or just really tolerate it. Either way, it's a share. And of course, like and subscribe for more videos. The next part will be on its way, don't you worry.